Hello, friends and other relations, and welcome to our first episode of the Kerbal Space Program. Sorry, that's not what I'm calling this. This is Surviving Kerbal. We are doing an EVA real quick just to test out the spacesuit and, well, set up a control for the measurements we'll do later. Also, I'm gonna observe the mystery goo. Anyway, the point of this game, the point of Kerbal Space Program, is to make a space program on the planet called Kerbal. It's really quite simple, except that it's not. You have to design these rockets. You saw the fast-forward version of me designing this very simple rocket for the first day. They don't give me much tech to begin with, but with each bit of data I collect from using these rockets, I can use that data to engineer better rockets. And eventually we'll be traveling not just into the upper atmosphere like today, but into space, into the moon, hopefully, to other planets in the Kerbal system. We're going to have lots of fun. But this first day, we're just seeing how rockets work. I built a very simple rocket and shot it up into the sky as high as I can go. That's all we're doing right now. That's a one-stage rocket, unless you count the parachute as a second stage. Just, yeah. That's about as high as we're gonna go. About 9 kilometers, maybe 10. Maybe we'll get up to 10. Anyway, I'm gonna get as high as I can, then measure then observe what's happening with the goo in the middle of flight. Yeah, and this will be Surviving Kerbal Day 1. Jebediah is so happy. That's the pilot down there on the bottom right. Jebediah Kerman. He tends to be the pilot you start with. And we're doing the science track version of the game, where you just have to worry about research. There's two other modes that you can play the game in. One is career mode, which is great fun, but you have to worry about paying for all these rockets, and that's just weird. No, it's actually quite fun, and you have to pay to upgrade the different buildings at your space program. But this one's focused purely on the science, which will help. It'll make things a little faster, so I don't have to repeat so many missions. Though, knowing me, we'll probably end up repeating some missions anyway, because I'm not an engineer. I'm not a physicist. In fact, if you find I'm using any of these terms incorrectly, please mention it in the comments, because I would love to learn more. I've always been fascinated by space travel and astronomy. That was a successful flight. It's kind of hard to mess this first one up. The rocket has no moving parts. Except for... Okay, that was not the right way to phrase that. It's just one piece. It doesn't have to come out into multiple pieces. There's no way to mess up the staging. Well, that's not perfectly true. I could definitely have done the parachute, then the rocket, and that would have messed everything up, but I didn't. All right. Well, successful landing. Thank you, friends and other relations, for watching. Hope you go on a fun adventure. Hope you learned something new today, and I will see you anon. Bye! 29 science.